Hello, beautiful Magi. Magus here, coming to you from the castle in the mountains. And today's video was powerful. You know, it's a long one, about 30 minutes, but at the very end, I give you guys a secret of how hypnosis works and how to program the subconscious mind. My friends, you're going to see miracles. Stay to the end of this one, please. I love you guys so much. Hello, shining ones. Magus here on a beautiful day in Asha. If you're brand new to the channel, we're Zoroastrians. We are the Magi. And do I have a great message for you guys today. I'm going to be reading The Mind from chapter 7. And when you realize all is mind, you realize that if you want to change your world, you got to change your mind. One God thought can change the whole world, can change your whole life, my friends. So we're going to get into that today. Real quick, I got to tell you, yesterday we sent off money to Shriners Children's Hospital because of you guys. As a matter of fact, in the last 45 days, we've sent off 3 checks to charity. Think about that, my friends. We've sold so many books, and all the money we get from book sales, we give to charity. We gave yesterday to Shriners, and then we've given 2 checks to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. My friends, and hear this. Please listen to this. This is everything. My friends, here at the Order of the Magi, we have fed actual meals, tens of thousands of meals to hungry people. You did that. My friends, do you see that your life makes a difference? Someone was eating that wasn't eating because of you. It is important that you are here on the earth in time, space. You can actually do things to make this world good. My friends, we've given blankets to the poor, clothing, medical help. We've helped refugees. My friends, we've done so much good. And here's what I want you to see why I'm so proud of you. You know, we take no money for ministry here. We give it all away because we want people to see our hearts. And you know, you see me, I come here every day. Matter of fact, yesterday's video, I was hoarse at the end. And I don't get anything in return from it other than I got to give out money to people that needed it. And it feels good. It feels God. It feels right. My friends. And so then when people in the comments come and attack me, right, it doesn't matter because I know we are right. We are doing good. How have they fed tens of thousands of people, the ones that are attacking me? Have they put clothing on the cold? My friends, we are doing it. You are doing it. And we get nothing in return. It's not a 50-50 deal. We'll keep some of the money. You take some of it. We give it all. My God, I am so proud of you. Matter of fact, when I was giving out that money yesterday, I was moved emotionally thinking about every one of you that ran out and get the books and shared the books. My friends, and you know, I was talking about how people attack us. Think about it. People, you know, the main thing I get attacked for, they're like, Magus, where do you get off telling people that God is just good? Right? That's the message of the original monotheistic religion. And when we know it's true, in their heart they must know it's true. God's the highest principle of good. But they have an idea because they were raised as a child. We can't get mad at them. But they think God can get angry, jealous, hate war, kill men, women, and children, send sickness and disease, do those horrible, bad things. They read those stories in their books and they try to justify it, right? But you really can't. In their heart they know. My friends, so we're doing really a lot of good stuff. We're getting the truth out there that God is just good, my friends, and we're helping people. We're doing good stuff. So thank you guys. So we're going to be in chapter 7 today. The mind. The next chapter is called The Two Minds, right? It's all about mind. Everything's mind. Real quick, our wonderful friend Augusto, he said, Magus, I can't get this book in London. I'm working on that to keep the prices down. I got it down to $3.80, and by doing tax and shipping and all these things, I started here, but I am working on it, my friends. I want to get this book to the whole world. But in the meantime, Papa Magus will just read it to you, okay, brother? Because I love you so much. Here's chapter 7. You know, and I quote in this book, of course, most of it's obviously Zoroastrian heavy, but I quote Jesus and the Bible. I quote Buddha and Confucius and Peace Pilgrim and Lao Tzu. And I'm just trying to get all the wisdom throughout the ages of how the mind works. So listen to this. It starts off, if thou can believe, all things are possible to him who believes. Think about that. If you can believe, everything is possible for you. Who said that? Jesus said that. The greatest miracle worker of all time. Who's with me? Go to the comments right now. Say, I love you, Magus, because I love you. By the words of Jesus, we see our good is only a belief away. Listen as I speak, my friends. I know it can get boring sometimes when someone's reading. Hear the word behind the words. By the words of Jesus, we see our good. Everything you want, peace, protection, provision. How do we get it? It's only a belief away, right? A God thought. A God thought can change your world. Now, all man needs to do to reach his unlimited potential, get this, is to tear down his idea of believing that does not work and replace it with an understanding of the law of faith. A law is defined as a statement or a relation or a sequence of phenomena invariable under the same circumstance. Get this, a law is the same for everyone. It is impartial and it cannot be bribed. Begging and crying does not change it. If you have the wrong idea of the law of gravity or electricity, eventually, if you survived, even the weakest mind will start to reevaluate its understanding. It is the same with spiritual law. So to understand a law or to have a belief, we must start at the source, which is the mind. My friends, don't be stubborn. If you're holding on to ideas that don't work and you're just begging a deity in the sky and nothing's happening, you got to learn to work in the law of the universe. My friends, and it happens in mind. Okay, so what is the mind? Are you guys with me? I'm so excited about this. I hope you're feeling this. I hope you're getting this. This is life-changing, my friends. So what is mind? If mind is everything, what is it? One must realize mind is much more than the organ that we call brain. The mind is your very being. It is your consciousness, the very thing that lets you realize you are. Now, there are two states of consciousness. This is important. I'm going to teach you how to use this. There's the objective, also known as the conscious, and the subjective, also known as the subconscious. The objective is not influenced by personal thought, while the subjective is your personal thought of the matter. You've probably heard it said we use only around 10% of our mind, which is our conscious mind. Imagine the possibility of tapping into that 90% of your mind, the subconscious. It would bring alive such scriptures as, "Be it unto you as you believed," or "All things are possible to him that believes." You would begin working in that plastic medium. The Christ prophesied that greater works shall you do. But you got to get to that 90%. My friends, I'm going to teach you how to do that. And I've worked in that. I've told you this. I've worked in that greater work shall you do. And I've shared the testimonies with you guys. It's real. My friends, the mind is your superpower. Now I'm sure you are ready to get straight into the subconscious and unlock this unlimited power. But one must start in the conscious. As amazing as this might seem, that the conscious is master of the subconscious. Oh, you guys are going to get something today. I'm so excited. Some people's lives here today are going to change in a huge way. And I'm so excited, my friends. I get testimonies all the time, my friends. And I want you to give me your testimony when this Magi magic happens in your life. Your subconscious is personal belief. It is built by what your conscious mind sees, hears, or experiences. For instance, if you have gotten ill eating a certain food, the next time you come in contact with that food, your subconscious will tell you it's going to make you sick. Just the look or smell of it will turn your stomach, because the conscious mind has stored it in your subconscious to protect you from experiencing the same bad result, right? Have you experienced that? Now, it's a natural defense. It's for your protection, such as touching a hot stove, right? Now, the conscious mind can take control of the situation and use reason, right? Magi magic works in reason. Use reason to determine if there is any real danger. For instance, with the food. If you vomited because you had a flu virus, not because the food item itself is bad, you would be able to eat the food again with no adverse effect, reprogramming your subconscious. And now, say with a hot stove, you would reason that it's still not wise to touch the hot stove, and that belief would remain. Where a person gets into trouble is when these prompters start overruling one's life with misinformation and wrong personal beliefs, sabotaging their every effort for success. That is usually when we turn to a psychiatrist to go back down the timeline in our subconscious and root out these prompters and expose them to the conscious mind and reason out with guidance. Now, for instance, if the prompter was created as a child, looking at it now in your adult reasoning, you would probably see the situation in a completely different light, right? Many of you have already done this. And as an example, if you find yourself sick all the time, your subconscious might be harboring a phrase that you heard as a child, such as, oh, he gets sick every winter, or he catches every bug that comes along. The mind controls the immune system. And with beliefs like that, who would be healthy? Are you guys enjoying this? Are you getting this? It goes on. Another example is a person who wants to be financially successful. My God, I've seen this so many times. As a child, he heard phrases such as, our family has always been working class and always will be, or only crooks get ahead. That man will unconsciously sabotage his own success and not consciously realize what he is doing. It would be impossible to live a happy, successful life with the largest part of your mind not functioning properly. Here's a quote from Peace Pilgrim. He says, if you realized how powerful your thoughts are, you would never think a negative thought. We have all heard the saying, do not judge. And this is important, guys. Listen, I get so excited reading these truths. We have all heard the saying, do not judge others, lest ye be judged. Some have taken that to mean other people will judge you, or perhaps God will judge you. But there is a judge closer than you realize. It is your own mind. For instance, if you call a person stupid for a mistake he makes, your subconscious stores that information. And when you make a mistake, a signal goes out that you are stupid, and not realizing it because it is coming from inside you, and you begin to believe it. That should give us all good cause to find the positive in others. Socrates says, know thyself. Know your subconscious mind, right? I think it was Carl Jung. He said, you want to know the future? Know your subconscious, because what's hidden in your heart is what's going to manifest in your world. My friends, know thyself. As we study the mind, we can see Socrates knew what he was talking about. To live to our full potential, we have to know ourselves. Our subjective mind is not only self-sabotaging our success, but it can be a volcano under the surface. And with the right circumstance, it can be set off. For when a person reaches a point he feels is unbearable, he starts moving down that continuum from the sane toward the insane in different degrees according to how much misinformation is stored in his subconscious. And my friends, that's it. You know, most of the healings that take place here at the Order of the Magi, they have wrong ideas hidden and stored, misinformation stored in their subconscious, right? Like the wrong ideas of God, so they live in fear. My friends, they see God and themselves in this world wrong, but it's misinformation. It's not real. And when you get the real and the truth, it sets you free. So it goes on to say that this can be brought on by emotions generated from life experiences. And if the case is bad enough, the unconscious can completely override the ego and enter a period of psychosis. Right? We've seen this with the Order of the Magi and the testimonies. People that went into depression, OCD, psychosis because of misinformation. And that's why they love Asha so much, because it set them free from it, because the truth exposes the lie and takes all its power away. Or the same situation in a different person may bring out a less degree on the continuum of perhaps an outburst of crazy talk, right? Which we've all experienced. These episodes can be a look into what's going on in our minds. It is an attempt of the psyche to address the problem of the wrong self, our world image we hold. And now we look for the source. This can be done by looking at what feelings set off that episode and then tracing them back in the subconscious to the first time you felt that emotion. If you deal with that emotion at the first onset in your memory, then you will see it vanish in your present day. Another way to delve into the subconscious is through dream interpretation. Say you dream of being in a filthy bathroom. When you awake and recall the details of your dream, and then with your conscious mind deduce what is really happening. You may see you have a phobia of germs. Where did that originate? Maybe when you were 6-year-old, your mother said, don't touch anything in there, you'll get a disease. That is now your belief. Go back to it and look at it with the reasoning of an adult, and I think you will find that you will not have that dream anymore, and you will be able to go into the bathroom without an unnatural fear. Your conscious mind will have re-educated your unconscious. So do you see how this works? How the conscious mind is the master to the subconscious, because we can put the right thoughts, the truth, into the subconscious, make it a real belief, my friend. Now, removing wrong beliefs is our first step, right? The second step is to replace them with truth, or replace the negative with positive. And here's a quote: when the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest, and findeth none. Then he saith, I will return into my house from whence I have come out. And when he is come, he findeth it empty and swept and garnished. Then he goeth and taketh with him 7 other spirits more wicked than himself, and they enter in and dwell there. And the last state of the man is worse than the first. That's from the book of Matthew. I believe this is why psychotherapy alone takes so many years, and the results are discouraging. You know, I've talked about that with my friend in Florida. He spent so much money trying to get rid of his OCD, right? In just a matter of months, he was completely healed through Asha, through reprogramming his subconscious mind. Remember, I told you guys, we go to the beach every day and reprogram, with his conscious mind, truth into his subconscious, till he was completely healed, my friends. So for error must be removed, yes, but truth must take its place, right? I could have just told him those fears he has. I'll give you an example. One of them was he would go to catch a wave. We were surfing buddies, and it was a perfect wave, and he wouldn't take it. And he'd tell me, Magus, in my mind, I was hearing that if I took that wave, someone in my family would die, right? And so I could just tell him, that's not true, but that's not enough, right? You have to put the truth in him for him to be set free. He needs to know the truth, be the truth. Then, it's not just getting rid of it. He knows it's stupid, right? But we got to get the truth in there. That's what heals. So, yes, truth must take its place, or there's no lasting recovery. Man has been attempting to remove God from their science of mind. God is truth. If there is no truth, you are left with only air. Man, thinking himself wise, have become the fool, and it is showing in the rapid increase in mental disorders, and their ability to only cope with the symptoms and not to heal. Right? They try to give you medication, or they're just treating the symptoms, but they don't get in and get a true healing. To gain a clear picture of this, let's look at hypnosis. You guys know I love hypnosis. I've seen amazing things with this. When a subject is under hypnosis, his conscious is put to sleep. Then the therapist can speak directly into the subconscious of the subject, bypassing his conscious. The therapist becomes the subject's conscious mind, our master. The subconscious will accept the treatment, and when the subject is awakened, he believes what was implanted. For those of you that are still here this far into the video, I'm going to teach you how this works, and I'll share a couple of miracles that I've seen with this. And this will be just something special from me to you, just for being here with me. It means the world to me, guys. I love you so much. Okay, so the subconscious will accept the treatment, and when the subject is awakened, he believes what was implanted. For instance, that he no longer has a desire to smoke, overeat, etc. These positive effects are short-lived, though, because the conscious was not involved in the process. The conscious soon starts feeding the wrong thoughts back into the subconscious, putting the subject right back into the destructive habit. But worse, for he feels a need to fill that empty void, and has lost a little more faith of getting better. So, I've seen this before, guys. There was a guy working around the property here, and he couldn't breathe, and it was getting worse. And he's just real short, gasping, and he went to the hospital and getting medications. And he said, I don't think I can work here anymore. I just can't breathe. And I said, I know this isn't your cup of tea, but will you come in and do a hypnosis therapy with me? I put on some music, had him lay down, and got him into that place between awake and asleep, that kind of theta state, and I started just speaking truths into him. And I started walking him through, take a long, deep breath to a count of 4. And he's in that half sleep, and he goes, oh, to a count of 4. I said, hold, let out to a count of 4. Oh. Anyway, long story short, by the end of the session we had, I bring him up out of the hypnosis, and he's breathing normal. And he's what happened? And I kind of gave him a little idea what happens and how it works, and how I was speaking, instead of his conscious mind telling his subconscious mind, you can't breathe, you're uptight, you're scared, you're nervous, whatever, he's feeding it. I tell him all is well, right? Everything's fine. Be at peace and breathe deep and relax. And I just speaking love and peace and Asha into him. And when he came out of it, he couldn't believe it. He was absolutely 100% healed, my friends, because I was speaking into him. But you know what happened a few days later? Because his conscious mind wasn't involved, he started speaking the lies back into his subconscious, and then he's having a harder time breathing, and then he wants another session, right? You need to be able to speak truth into yourself, right? It's Asha 15. Only speak truth to yourself, and it will form, right? You got to speak the truth. You got to think the truth. You got to hold the truth. And pretty soon it changes form and matter. It changes life. I've seen it with, high blood pressure. I've seen it with, I shared that story with you. That man cut his thumb off and was in incredible pain. And so I put him under hypnosis, and his pain level, I asked, it was at a 10, obviously. By the end of the hypnosis, there was no pain. That's the power of our minds. My friends, a lot of doctors call it the placebo effects. They've seen, illness is completely healed. So what I want you to learn from this is program yourself with truth, with Asha. That's where those miracles come from. My friends, that's where the magic is. And learn to let your conscious mind speak truth into it. But you have to have a reason to believe, right? Otherwise, you're not truly programming yourself. And so that's the importance of like Asha 5 and Asha 8, right? What's the only thing that could come from a perfect creator's perfect mind? Perfection, right? That's our starting base right there, is good. And so that's our reason to believe. It's our DNA our DNA being of God. It's our birthright to live in God. What is God? It's the highest principle of good. It's peace, and it's health, and it's joy, and it's wisdom, and it's protection, it's provision, it's freedom. It's all good things, my friends, and it's our reason to believe, because that's the only real thing that could come from his real good mind, my friends. So start programming yourself today. Mind is your superpower, and watch the world change before you. Do it every day. Asha is, love is, peace is, joy is. Speak truth to yourself. Good is. Good is. God and good are the same thing. God is omnipresent. That means my good is omnipresent. My God is here now. My good is here now. My protection is here now. Everything is okay right now. I live in that light that darkness cannot enter, and you can visualize it. It's powerful when you visualize it and you can feel it. And then we put emotion to it. You feel the peace and the protection of that light in you and around you, and you see that darkness and the evil spirits can't enter. You're feeling it. And you're adding that emotion to your spoken truth. It's powerful. It's beautiful. Guys, I'm so proud of you. We sold a lot of books Asha and Gold, Frankincense, and Myrrh. It's all you guys. I was blown away when I looked how many books we sold, how much money we've been able to give away. You know, if you don't have them yet, Asha by Winston Head, Gold, Frankincense, and Myrrh, and the Spiritual Gifts of the Magi by Winston Head. All the money goes to charity. Guys, thank you so much. And do like our wonderful friend did. You know, he said, Magus, I can't get it in London, so I'm going to be working on that. If you can't get it in your country, tell me, and I'll work on those countries right up front. Okay, guys, I love you so much. Have a blessed day. And know I love you.